Hi, I'm Gene Ross, in-house photographer here at Choice. I'm going to give you some tips on how to use your digital SLR. To have Kevin blurred, we need a slow shutter speed so that as Kevin moves through the lens, there's the blur is captured.
If you have a high shutter speed, everything gets frozen, stopped very quickly. If you've got a low shutter speed, then things can blur. So things like water, you can have a fountain. If you use a high shutter speed, all the dots of the water are everywhere all over the place. You can see little droplets. But if you use a low shutter speed, what you get is the indication of the flow of the fountain. Aperture's the other side of this story, because when you're trying to expose a picture, you need to let a certain amount of light into the camera, or the sensor can't see anything. So your shutter does that by opening and closing very quickly, but the aperture is the size of the hole that the light gets in. So if you change the shutter speed to let more light in, you might want to reduce your aperture to let less light in.
The camera's aperture setting is also used to control depth of field. The best way to explain depth of field is with my finger. Long depth of field is when you're looking out at the horizon, you can see absolutely everything. A short depth of field is when you bring your finger up close to your eye, you can see nothing behind it but your finger's in focus. Mostly ISO changes are done because the room lighting or the lighting in the area that you try to expose is one end of an extreme. So outside in a very bright day, you'll use ISO 100. In a dark room, you want to increase that exposure, or increase that sensitivity rather. If you change any of the settings, the ISO, the shutter speed, or the aperture, they have an effect on each of the others. If you need to know more about how we test cameras or what we've found, please go to choice.com.au and follow the links to cameras.